Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a hell of a show for you guys. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So yesterday, there was a very, very big game in the NBA. Obviously, it was game one of the NBA Finals. Going into this series, I thought it was going to be a very competitive series. I forgot who I picked. I think I picked Dallas to win this series in 6. I could be wrong, but I think that's what I picked. That was my prediction. But after watching yesterday's game, it kind of it surprised a lot of us, right? Because yesterday, the Dallas Mavericks just got beat the hell down. They ended up losing that game 107-89, and the only real bright spot for the Dallas Mavericks was Luka Doncic. He scored 30 points, had 10 rebounds, but he only had 1 assist, right? So he didn't really, he played right into the hands of the Boston Celtics defensive strategy. But one of the other players that didn't play well was Kyrie Irving. And Kyrie Irving, according to a stat that I saw this morning, I think is now 0-11 over his last 11 visits to Boston playing against the Celtics. Last night, he scored 12 points on 6 of 19 shooting 31.6% from the field, 0% from the 3, 0% from the free throw line because he didn't attempt any free throws, and he got 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 turnovers. I think at one point during the game, I heard that the Dallas Mavericks had the Boston Celtics had more blocks than assists to the Dallas Mavericks. The Boston Celtics finished that game yesterday. Let me see how many blocks they had. They had 9 blocks to the Mavs, 9 assists. That is a crazy statistic. But something interesting happened prior to tip-off, and that was on ESPN First Take, where they were prepping for, they're kind of gearing up for game one of the NBA Finals. And they were talking to the panel. I think Kendrick Perkins was there, and of course Stephen A. Smith was there. And they were discussing Kyrie Irving. And Stephen A. Smith decided to take a position that I just did not understand. But essentially what he said is that the Boston Celtics should viciously boo Kyrie Irving for the way that he departed out of Boston. And I'm listening to Stephen A. Smith. I'm like, bro, what are we doing right now? So those are the comments that we want to focus in on. But before we even get into what Stephen A. Smith had to say, this video is brought to you by our sponsor, Prize Picks, which is the largest daily fantasy sports platform in North America. Prize Picks is really simple. Instead of just selecting a team, you just select 2 or more players, pick more or less their projected stats, and then you place your entry. For example, this week, I'm selecting 2 entries. Stephen Curry for more than 25 points, and then I got Anthony Davis for more than 2 blocks, and Damian Lillard for more than 4 3-pointers made. PrizePicks is also the only daily sports platform with an injury insurance policy. So for example, if you have a player who gets injured in the first half and doesn't return to the second half, that player gets automatically rebooted. What I also love about PrizePicks is that it offers weekly promotions like Taco Tuesdays. Each Tuesday, PrizePicks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit matchup up to $100. That's go to prizepicks.com/CLNS, use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do now is want to play exactly what Stephen A. Smith had to say yesterday on ESPN First Take, and we're going to come back and react to his comments. Take a listen to Stephen A. Smith here.
We know those Boston fans go hard. Kyrie 0-10 against the Celtics. Stephen A., what do you think the reception should be from Boston tonight? How should they treat Kyrie?
I think it should be vicious. I don't have a problem saying that. I mean, vicious, but obviously within reason. Don't do anything physical or stupid or whatever. Yeah. They should boo the hell out of him. They shouldn't like him. They should want to despise him because he was a star. His first season, they averaged 24-5 in the 60 games he played for them. His exact quote to them is, "If you guys will have me back, I plan on resigning here next summer," and then infamously departed to go to Brooklyn. Okay, you're the Boston Celtics. You're one of the most storied franchise in basketball annals. And then you obviously see the history that he has with them thereafter in terms of stomping on the leprechaun and all of this other stuff. But what I'm saying is that I'm speaking purely in basketball context. They shouldn't like a thing about him because he is starring for someone other than them. It's a form of respect to be indifferent and silent and melancholy or whatever it is about him isn't giving him the respect his greatness demands. That greatness of Kyrie Irving is supposed to be in a Boston Celtics uniform. And if you're the Boston Celtics, you should resent the fact that he's doing it for somebody else and want to do everything you can to beat him.
So you heard what Stephen A. Smith had to say there. Let me tell you something interesting that happened yesterday. Yesterday, I came across a show from Too Raw for TV. All right, y'all know Too Raw is. Check him out, man. You be putting up some great content. So I came across a video of his, and the video was titled "No Good Deed Goes Unpunished," and he was talking about Stephen A. Smith and all of the backlash that he's been receiving over the past week or so. And he was talking about how people are saying that he could have done more for the WNBA and all of that. And he was basically acknowledging the fact that Stephen A. Smith had been doing things for women in sports and, promoting female analysts and all of that, right? But he said something interesting, which was, he said he doesn't feel bad for Stephen A. Smith. He said that this could be karma. And he went on to basically describe all of the various things that Stephen A. Smith has done over the years to piss off various groups, like the comments he made about the Nigerian players, the Shohei Ohtani comments, and on and on and on. One example after the Max Kellerman situation, and one thing after the other. And as I was sitting back listening to Stephen A. Smith in that soundbite, I couldn't help but hark back to the words of Too Raw, and I'm saying to myself, why would you put this type of energy in the air? Why would you encourage a fan base to viciously boo Kyrie Irving? Why? Now, granted, it didn't work out between himself and the Boston Celtics, right? It didn't work out. But to encourage them to do that, I didn't understand how that adds anything to a critical analysis of a game one of an NBA Finals. That just basically had nothing to do with basketball. And I can't think of any scenario in which I would include in my analysis of any particular game and say, hey, you know what? These fans need to boo this particular player. Now, when LeBron left Cleveland for the first time and he came back, they booed the hell out of him. They booed the hell out of him. But it wasn't something that, although we weren't covering sports, it wasn't something that I was like, oh yeah, man, they really need to do that. No, it's something that we all expected to happen, and it did, by the way. But it wasn't something that I was like, y'all better make sure y'all boo him for the way you left. I'm like, why would I do that? Why would I need to do that? They're going to do that anyway. So why would I put that energy in the air? I just didn't understand why he wants Boston fans to do that to Kyrie. I just really can't understand why. And I think moments like this are reasons why people don't feel any sympathy towards Stephen A. So this is just what my personal view is on this thing. I had forgotten. You see, what had happened is I'd forgotten that people were pissed off at Stephen A. Yeah, I even forgot that at times I was pissed off at Stephen A. Smith. Again, if you guys are seeing this on my hand, just had a procedure where they had to slice and dice my finger. I'm not going to get into it. It's painful as hell, so don't mind this. That's just some of the disinfectant and all that, so just ignore that. Be healing soon by the grace of God. But anyway, I was just like, bro, why are you saying this? But once again, that's another Stephen A. Smith special. He never ceases to amaze me. Go out there and viciously boo. I'm like, why? Why are you promoting this? Like, why are you promoting these fans? I don't understand. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about Stephen A. Smith's comments. Do you agree with him? Do you disagree? Whatever you guys think. Please leave your thoughts and comments in the comments section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.